Hey there, fellow YouTube viewers. Today, we're going to talk about something that affects all of us, Korean anxiety and psychological evolution. As humans, we have evolved to inhabit certain environments. Our physical, psychological, cultural, and spiritual lives were shaped by, and for, an agricultural existence. The Korean people are no different, and their language, food, and politics all grew around this way of life. But with the move to cities and the emergence of new professions, people had to adapt quickly to a completely different environment. This transformation of the physical environment has come with huge psychological costs, and not everyone is suited to the new world into which they are thrust without permission or request. To put it into perspective, think about a mass transformation of a species' habitat. If we were to take 100,000 cats from the city of Seoul and put them in the desert of Africa or the jungles of South America, many would perish. Some might survive, and their descendants would become adaptive, but they would not be able to comprehend life any other way. The same goes for humans. We are adapted to our environment, and adapting to a new one can come with significant psychological challenges. Most modern analysis depicts mental health conditions as individual problems to be treated through paid treatments and chemicals. However, this approach puts the burden on the individual to put up the money for these drugs and therapy, and it fails to consider the systemic causes of mental health cases. We are adapting people to a society they are not evolved for through artificial means rather than looking at the environment itself. Perhaps the issue is not the person but rather the world around them. Studies have shown that the city actually rewires our brain, creating different pathways and connections that lead to a greater prevalence of mood and anxiety disorders. People raised amidst the frenetic social stresses of the city environment actually have less gray matter in the key regions of the brain that manage and regulate stress and emotions. This helps explain why suicide rates remain high among the country's elderly, and why emotional regulation is seen as an individual duty to be paid for by credit card, with little acknowledgement of the systemic causes. Seoul's giddy economic expansion came with a gnawing anxiety. The showy consumer culture of coffee shops and boutique fashion spots are manifestations of urbane sociability and advanced etiquette, yet at the same time they are creators of a modern Babylon of soul-crushing dimensions. Many pursue survival through external mechanisms such as quiet quitting or IFU face, adopted to manage continual interactions with anonymous strangers who we neither know nor trust. A manifestation of the untact hypermodern. A realm of compulsive consumption and emotional impoverishment. But what's next? The city is of course fated to be destroyed by its own existence. It will be consumed by its chaos and a new mode of living will emerge. Just as the temple preceded the farm because a settled population devoted to worship required food and sustenance, agriculture was established to feed static groups. The next phase of human evolution is yet to be determined, but we can only hope that it will lead to a more sustainable and fulfilling existence for all.